Microtech Halo 6. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my new purchase of a Microtech Halo 6. Now, before I do, I'd like to put a disclaimer out there that I bought this knife with my own money. This was not a loaner from some knife company. This is not a loaner from a manufacturer. This is not one of those reviews where you see on YouTube where someone gives them the knife and they do raving reviews. This is an honest review. I just bought this knife, so I'm going to do my first impression reviews. Okay, but the reason I have this gold here is because to let you know that if you want to buy this, the price of this is the same as half of an ounce of gold. And today, gold is at $1,800 plus. And to buy this, you're gonna have to pay $750, okay? So why did I buy a Microtech when I've done reviews about how I spent $1,000 buying an Ultratech and I wasn't happy? So I bought 3 Ultratechs, 2 of them broke down to me, so I ended up just selling them. And I told myself that I'm never gonna buy another Microtech out the front anymore. But the reason I ended up buying this knife is because I bought a Microtech fixed blade, and I was in love with it. Let me go ahead and get that out for you. And I've just bought this just a couple of days ago. It's a Microtech fixed blade, and I was very, very happy with it. So I said, you know what? Let me get Microtech another chance, because after I watched the owner of the company and his story of how he went from living in an apartment to starting Microtech, I said, let me give these guys another try because I was happy with the fixed blade. But this is not a review about this knife, okay? But I'll get into that later. Now let's take a look at this Microtech. Again, this is a $700, $50 knife, okay? It's very, very beautiful, okay? I mean, everything's done amazingly. And this is what's called the auto. You know, you just hit the button, okay? And voila. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise. And here's the coolest thing about it. I like how you're able to cock it. You just push this button, push this little tab, and woo, you locked it up, ready to go, guys. So let's listen to it one more time. Woo! Right? So why did I buy this knife? Why did I buy this knife? Well, I like the way the action works, right? How you're able to load it from the back here. This is pretty amazing. And like I said, I wasn't happy with my Ultratech, which is basically OTF out of the front. And I said I was never gonna buy Microtech anymore because I had spent $1,000 out of 3 units that I bought. 2 of them broke down because, you know, there's 2 types of people in the world that own knives. You have your collectors that put it into the drawer or cabinet or safe. And you have your everyday use guys, which is me. I buy this knife to use it. I'm not gonna store it somewhere, okay? I'm gonna use it. Now, I just bought it yesterday, so it hasn't got any use on it, but I bought this knife for everyday carry. What that means is I'm gonna carry it every day. It's not gonna sit in my drawer or anything like that, okay? So I bought it for everyday carry. It is kind of big. Like, for example, if you look at a bail out, this is a bug out. This is a bug out. This is a Benchmade bug out. If you look at this, compare this, it's huge, especially if you flip it out. Like, take a look at it. You can notice a big, big difference, guys, right? I mean, so it is a huge knife, but I like huge knives. So this review is not about the Benchmade, it's about the Microtech Halo 6. Now, is there any blade play on here? Just a tab. There is a little bit blade play, okay? And I don't know if you can hear it, it kind of moves. And again, this is not a Pace sponsored, so I'm gonna tell you just the way it is. There is this little rattle shaking in here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I didn't suspect that to pay $750 to have this kind of rattle, but it is what it is. Okay. I really didn't suspect that, okay? And I really didn't think it's gonna be blade play, but there is a little blade play on mine. I'm not sure all of them, but on mine, I just bought it brand new. So that's the cons of it. There is noise here, and there's a little blade play. But besides that, for my first impressions, this is a beautiful, amazing knife. I'm happy with my purchase. Now, this is not a long-term use. Maybe in 2 years from now, maybe in 3 years from now, I may not like this knife. Maybe it doesn't work as I thought, but I'm not there yet. So I'll keep you guys in tune after I've used it for a long period of time. But so far, it's an amazing knife. And it did come with this beautiful sheet, right? You're able to just stack that baby in there, right? Beautiful sheet. And it clips onto your belt. And I like this little belt thing right here. It slides back so it locks so you don't accidentally open it. And a lot of people are gonna buy this knife and just keep it in their safes, right? But not I. I bought this knife for my everyday carry. Again, I wasn't gonna buy any more Microtechs because I was totally unhappy with my Ultratech. There should be a video coming up somewhere around here. I've done a long-term review on my 3 Ultratechs. So listen to it by yourself. But I bought this knife because I said, you know what, I'm not gonna buy any more Microtechs, but I bought this flat fixed blade and I was very happy with it, okay? You know, this one has a little problems, but I get into it in its own video. But after purchasing this one, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and purchase this one because I do like this out the front halo because of the cocking mechanism of how you load it up, okay? Now, if you want to do a comparison with a fixed blade, this knife is even bigger than a fixed blade. Not on the blade side much, but just from the handle, guys. And again, I carry this every day. It's my EDC everyday carry, you know, and I do carry this, and I just bought it, and I'm gonna be carrying it every day. But let's do a quick comparison between, for example, a Benchmade Mini bug out. Like you can see the difference there. Let me get a couple more knives. Or another automatic that I have, which is a Benchmade Bellingham, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so you can see the different, and these two are pretty big knives. I mean, you can see the blade is pretty much the same, but the handle, there's a shortage in the handle on the Halo. So far, I'm liking the knife. I'm gonna carry it every day, and I'll let you guys know after, you know, a couple of years of carrying if I would buy this knife. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna be fluffy, but what disappointed me so far was that there is noise in here, and there is a little wiggle in here as well. You can hear it. I'm not doing it too hard. I don't want to damage my brand new knife that I just bought and, you know, force the play. But overall, so far, I've been very, very happy. I mean, the quality of this knife is freaking amazing. The workmanship they've done to it is pretty amazing, okay? Let me release it. Okay, I like these little grooves in here, and I'm assuming these are for water, so if you want to eject it in water, it can come out very, very easily, guys. Very, very nice work. I love the little mechanism where you're able to cock it back, right? I don't know if you guys can see this. This is supposed to be a titanium. The other thing I didn't like about this is you see how this moves like this, and for a knife that I paid so much for, it just seems like it shouldn't move like this, right? I mean, it's prone to getting broke, right? And I just bought this knife, like, you see what I'm saying, guys? So that's my only 2-3 concerns right now, that this little thing moves too much. There is noise in here. That was my bracelet. There's noise in here. This sheet fits it perfectly, right? The sheet fits perfectly. It doesn't fall out. And so far, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give them a 9. It's a beautiful, there's a couple of little messed up things with it. This is the box that it came in with, right? And here's the receipt. So you guys want to see, you know, what I paid for it. $740, $739.29. Okay. Now, for many people, they'll be like, "Man, that's an expensive knife," and I totally agree with you guys, right? Because in reality, you have to basically, an ounce of gold, you would consider half of this to be paid for this, which is a lot, right, for a knife. Now, when I first got into knives, I would never ever wanted to pay $700 for a Microtech. I was having a hard time paying $300 for Ultratech, and I ended up buying 3 of them, which I spent roughly about $1,000. And you know, 4 years later, I was totally unhappy with them, and I sold them because they were not good for everyday carry, EDC. Now, I think this one will be a little different because it's not a single action as it's not a double action, it's a single action. So maybe for my use, the little stuff that will get clogged up in here might be easier to remove versus the Ultratech. But it is expensive, right? And some people will buy this and just put it in their closet, but that's not gonna be me. I'm gonna use it every freaking day, or as much as I'm gonna, rotate it through my knives collection that I have. Would I buy this again? I don't know yet. I haven't done I haven't carried it for 2 or 3 years. I haven't put it into cutting watermelons, to cutting, pineapples, to cutting into coconuts, and getting coconut juice, and using it every day to cut boxes and stuff like that. Okay, but this is going to be my everyday carry. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it loads. I like the color. I like the sheet. There's only a couple of things I didn't like. I don't like how this moves. I don't like how it rattles, and nor do I like how there is more play on here than most of my Ultratech. The 3 Ultratech that I had, there was hardly any play, and it seems like this one has more of a play. I don't want to sit here and rag on it, but just barely touching it, I can feel it that it is moving. I understand it has to be some kind of play for this item to come out. But the steel on here, I don't know if you guys can see, probably doesn't show that good, is a super steel. Let's see if we can show it up. Nope, it's a what is it? M390. So it's a super steel. It's super sharp. I tested it out right here. You guys can see that the receipt, I was cutting it. Let me go ahead and do a quick cut. Pretty sharp. I mean, very, very sharp. And this is what you expect for a super steel. So I'm gonna keep you guys in tune. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna truly use it. And I'll let you know in a couple of years if this was a good investment, because like I said, it costs a half an ounce of gold, guys. It costs a half an ounce of gold. And as you know, with gold, the price is going up. Just in 2016, gold was $1,100 an ounce. Today is 18 and some change, guys. Okay, and some people say, well, Microtech is going to hold this value, and I agree with that, because for sure, when I try to resell this knife, I'm going to be able to get half the money that I put into it. I paid again $750. I could for sure sell it for $350. Maybe the price will go up. Right? Maybe the price will go up because it's discontinued. It's hard to find these. Like for me to find this knife, I searched for a couple of days, and there was only 2 companies in America right now that had them, right? And that's it, because the places I normally buy my knife, like Knife Center, Blade HQ, they were all sold out. So there was only 2 companies that had them. Now there's another company online called Las Vegas PSK or Las Vegas. Don't shop with that guy, in my opinion. I bought one of my Microtechs from that guy. He sold me a clone, in my opinion. It broke in like 7 days. I shipped it back to him. He kept the knife. He wouldn't refund my money. He wouldn't even communicate back to me. So that guy is for sure a scammer. And he's the only guy on the internet that has all these Microtechs, even though they've been discontinued 5 years from now. And I really think about, and many people have posted that, he's probably selling clones. This is my personal opinion from my experiences I had by using the guy. So I would highly stay away from that guy, PKS Las Vegas. That's his website. I would go with the more reliable companies out there besides that dude, because if you read some of his reviews, a lot of people have said the same thing, that once they give him the money, he ain't gonna respond back to you guys, okay? So I bought this knife from House of Blades. And there was, like I said, there was only 2 companies that were on the internet that were actually have these knives, because they've been all sold out, and I was kind of late to the party. So I had the choice of buying a black one or buying this tan one. I wanted a green one, but I ended up buying this. By the way, guys, I also ordered me a clone of this Microtech that's coming from a website called Wish. And I was, I spent $60 on the clone. It's gonna take like 30 days to get here. But I just wanna know that, is the clone gonna be as good as a $750 knife? I know the steel material is gonna be different, but I'm just curious how a $50 clone compares to the real deal. So that's why I ordered the real deal, and that's why I'm waiting for the fake one to come in, and I'll also do a review about it. But so far, I'm super stoked about this knife. I showed it to my friends and family. I like it, but again, I haven't put it into use, so I'm not sure if it's worth the $750. But from the looks of it, it's worth the $750. If you're a collector, it's worth it. If you like to have a knife where you show off to be like, man, like I got one of kind of knife, it's worth it. For everyday carry, where you're gonna cut stuff like fruits and vegetables and boxes and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just being honest with you, and I'll do a long-term review and update you guys on it. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you have in your pocket listed below. Let me know if you have a Halo 6 or Halo 5 and what were your experiences with it. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love. Click the like button, subscribe, and if you're in real estate, check out my website at mrnofluff.com, where I teach you how to invest in real estate without using banks through seller financing. See you guys.